In the struggling economy, David Campbell has been holding off buying new forklifts for his Connecticut lumber business. But the president's tax incentives could make him change his mind.
We're still being very cautious, and we don't really want to be replacing a lot of equipment. So this might tip the scale on some of our purchases.
The Obama proposal would allow companies to immediately write off 100% of any new investments in plants and equipment through next year. Businesses can currently write off those investments, but only over a 3 to 20-year period. So this would allow them to keep more cash in what the administration says would amount to a $200 billion tax cut affecting 1.5 million businesses.
Does this kind of stimulus have immediate effect?
It can, if we can get it passed quickly.
Economist Ellen Zentner says it could provide a critical boost to a fragile economy.
Right now, business investment spending is accounting for about 7 to 10% of economic growth. That's not chump change.
Even conservative economists embrace the idea.
He should have proposed this right at the very beginning.
Kevin Hassett of the American Enterprise Institute says the incentives could add as much as 10% to equipment spending, or about $100 billion. More importantly, he says, it could change the national mood.
I think at some point Americans are going to finally accept that the worst is behind us and that we're ready to boom again. And this is the kind of proposal that could change the psychology and create the positive momentum we need to really get out of this malaise.
The White House says the final cost of the incentives would be about $30 billion. The administration is also proposing a permanent extension of the research and development tax credit. Katie?
All right, Anthony Mason. Anthony, thanks so much. Let's go now to our chief White House correspondent, Chip Reed. Chip, obviously the Democrats control Congress, but what are the chances the president will be able to get these proposals passed before Election Day?
Well, Katie, I've spent much of the day making calls on Capitol Hill, and I have not been able to find a single person in either party who believes there's a realistic chance of passing this package of tax cuts before Election Day. Republicans say the problem is the president waited too long to propose it. Now that they're in the heat of election season, the two parties are at each other's throats, and they're not talking about bipartisan cooperation. It's not impossible, but very, very unlikely they would pass this before Election Day.
And Chip, it looks like the Democrats are in big trouble. They could lose the House, and now there's even talk about possibly losing the Senate.
That's right, Katie. You know, Election Day is just 8 weeks away, and the battle for control of Congress is red hot. To take back the House, the Republicans would need a net gain of 39 seats. And the good news for Republicans is that 52 seats currently held by Democrats are considered to be at high risk of turnover. Now, it would be a lot harder for Republicans to take over the Senate. They need a net gain of 10 seats. That means they'd have to take nearly all the 13 Democratic seats now considered at risk, plus hold on to the 5 GOP seats now at risk. Either way, Democrats are running scared in both houses, Katie.
All right. Chip Reed at the White House. Chip, thank you very much.